Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Almost Local, the space and podcast where we talk honestly about what it really means to build a life abroad. Today, I'm joined by Carolina. She's our guest today in the podcast, and she's just 2 months into her new chapter in Sydney, Australia. And what I love about this conversation with Carolina is that we are both starting over again, navigating the unknown, figuring out what home means when everything feels new. Carolina has moved many, many times. She moved to Spain from Colombia, then the UK, New Zealand, Japan twice, the US, Colombia, and now Australia, Sydney. And she brings such grounded wisdom about starting again, raising kids abroad, finding connection, balancing excitement with grief for the place you've left. So let's dive in. Hello, Carolina. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of Almost Local. I'm excited to have you here and share your journey abroad with the community. I've been talking with Carolina about her journey navigating life abroad. She's now at the moment living in Australia, in Sydney. She's just recently moved there, so she's new to the country. We are on the same page at the moment because she's been there for 2 months. I've been in New Zealand for 3 months, so we are starting a new life. Welcome, Carolina. Tell us a bit about your journey.
Thank you, Maria, for inviting me to this podcast. I'm very happy to be here and share my journey and learn from you as well for the steps along the way during this process. My journey started, I have moved several times in my life. This will be the sixth or seventh time I have a new house. The first time I left Colombia was when I was 17 because I went to Spain to study my degree. I studied there for 5 years. Then I moved to UK to learn English, and I met my husband that is from New Zealand. So there we got married and went to live to Japan. We lived for 1 year and then returned to New Zealand for a couple of years, following by going to Japan again. And from Japan, we moved to the US. When I was in the US, I got pregnant and wanted to be close to my family in Colombia and have my kids in Colombia. So we moved to Colombia and lived there for 11 years until now. So then it was my husband's turn to live close to his family. He found a very good job opportunity in Australia, and that's what brought us to Sydney.
I usually like to ask, where is home for you? This is a tricky question because you just moved.
Home is Colombia, I feel. So I feel in Colombia as home. Here is the new house and the new life.
Through these different movements that you did, what is different now?
Having the kids, obviously, I feel like it's nicer to move with the kids because you feel like you have your family. You're not alone. Yeah. So you are with your clan together. And that make it easier for me. I think they have give me more stability. Plus kids see reality in another way. When I go to the beach, the park, try new activities, they are very excited. And I feel like that has given me energy. So I feel like you could say that having kids will make this process more difficult, but it's harder to move when you are on your own because you are lonely sometimes. When you are with the kids, are more occupied, you're busy, and you have their point of view. Kids are happier and with less limitations that may have perhaps adults. They are more enthusiastic about everything. So I think that that's a big part of us make it easier. And on the other hand, well, the experience of having moved so many times, I think I know more or less the way and the routes. And I have, let's say, a tool of skills that I can pull out when I need it now.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. We were previously talking, and I told you you just grabbed your manual about moving abroad, and you just opened it and you started looking and grabbing ideas about how to make this journey, this new movement in your life easier. And like you said, use your tools, your resources.
Yeah.
So, for someone who is moving for the first time, what would be those tools that you would suggest?
I think try to find what makes you happy. Follow
Mhm.
your heart. Try to find in the other place that you move things that goes with you, like really in tune with what you like, who you are. Don't try to fit others' perception. Look, there is a space for everybody,
Mm.
everywhere, no matter who you are, your preference, your ideals, your values. There is place always for you. It's just a matter of finding it. So I think that because you're so different and trying to fit in this new
Mhm.
culture is one big job. But if you find things that you really love within that context, it makes it way easier because you can just enjoy it.
Mhm.
And when you're yourself, you're happy. You find new opportunities.
Now that you've moved to Australia, did you have any help with a friend or someone that helped you feel welcome and more grounded, and just to have someone that you could reach out and ask for, the more basic questions, some extra support?
Yeah, I think so. And that's one of the learnings of you always find somebody who will help you. I've been very lucky. A friend of a friend who has been answering my questions, asking how I am, how I'm going, what I need, giving me suggestions for everything. Something that I did in advance before I moved.
Mm.
I started asking my friends, do you know anyone in Australia that I can talk to? I got many referrals, and some of them have been me. Some of them, they said, like, oh, yeah, let's meet up, and they never answered. But the ones that have answered have been awesome. You just need one or two good people. It's something that you have to do and be prepared that some people are just busy. It's not like they don't want to help you. They might be in another
Yeah.
situation that is hard for them as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
We were talking before we connected to share our experiences. Now that you've settled, your two daughters are in school, we're still grieving home, Colombia, and your life there. How are you navigating this? How do you keep going and at the same time missing and enjoying? Because you're in a beautiful city. Sydney is lovely. You were saying that sunshine and it's a perfect city. How do you balance that? You are happy, but at the same time missing. What's that feeling?
yeah, I want to be at my house and open the windows and be familiar. I call my friends. I call my colleagues because I'm grieving a lot about my work. I talk to them. I talk to my family and keep in contact. I have found as well certain things here that remind me home. So, like I found some food, for instance. I have been dancing salsa already just to balance that, I think, to find here what I like. And that has been helpful to balance it, not just to forget about it, just to not like I'm looking for Colombians or Colombian food every day.
Mhm.
I want to have something from Colombia.
Something that reminds you and that's there. Food is a really important thing. When you leave your country, it's something that you instantly miss, right?
Luckily, here in Australia, you can find papaya and mango and some of the tropical fruits.
And so now that you have all this experience, you moved several times, but you still try to keep friendships and those people that you met on the way, you try to keep those connections alive. Why do you think it's important?
I always find that there are some beautiful people you meet, and Your friendships become your family. A friend is closer to a sister or to a brother, auntie, or cousin. They become your family. When you are far away from them, you feel still that relationship, that connection with them.
Mm.
I think that is important to keep in contact, keep in touch, talking. It has become for me since I moved so many times lifestyle and keep in contact with them. It has been wonderful that every time I go back to that place where I moved, I find my friends there.
Yeah.
I feel very blessed to have so many friends all over the world now.
Carolina, if you were back to that 17-year-old girl, what would you say to her about what's going to happen about this lifestyle and what the future holds?
And maybe everything is going to be okay and it's going to work out. I always will find somebody who is going to help me. And also that relationships can remain. Because I think that when I was younger, I was like, oh, if I move, I'm going to lose my friends. And maybe I did some, but others stay forever. And they've been here since then. So the good friendships are going to last. They do last. Trust on that. Follow your heart. Do what you want to do.
I love that. Follow your heart. It's so important. One last thing I'd like to know, and I love to learn from you, Carolina, is why have you moved so much, or why did you choose not to stay in Colombia?
I think that I always like to explore
Mm.
and to learn new things, to explore new cultures. And
Yeah.
that's what makes me very happy. Even in Colombia, I have the opportunity to travel a lot and visit places that were really remote. Me, that was like, I love that because I could explore new things and learn about new cultures within Colombia. So I think that is something that comes with me.
Is there anything you'd like to share if someone is listening and they are starting a new life? Any suggestions, anything that you'd like to say that you think could be helpful at this stage?
That is a process and it takes time.
Mm.
Um,
Be
More
patient.
patient, yeah, more than we want to. And even myself, sometimes when you get to a place, you just want to have it all sorted out and
Yeah.
feel normal and just feel
Yeah.
like you can carry on with your life. But
It doesn't work like that.
it will happen eventually, but it takes a while.
In the meantime, these first months are quite difficult. Do you agree? Try to enjoy, even
Yeah,
they are difficult, but you will look back and say, "Oh, remember when we moved and we were settling in."
that's why you need to find things that you love where
Mhm,
you are. I think that's helped me a lot here. Since
mhm.
I always take some time to do something that I love, and that's make a difference.
Thank you, Carolina. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Maria, for inviting.
It's been a pleasure learning about you, your journey. Thank you so much for sharing and for being here, and I appreciate your time. And for those who are listening, we also hope to add some sense of adventure to them as well.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been great to reflect upon the process.
Thank you. Carolina, thank you so much for sharing your heart and your journey with us today. Your story is such a powerful reminder that moving abroad isn't just about logistics. It's emotional work. It's grieving and growing at the same time. It's missing what we know while slowly building something new. What you shared today about finding what you love in a new place, trusting that people will show up for you, holding on to friendships across borders, and giving yourself time will resonate with so many people listening. And to everyone tuning in, wherever you are in your own story and journey abroad, whether you've just arrived, you are in the messy middle, or you're finally starting to feel almost local, I hope this episode reminds you that you are not doing this alone. If you'd like more support on your journey, don't forget you can download our free mini expat workbook. It's a simple guide written by me to help you reflect, settle, and feel more almost local wherever you are. And if you are enjoying these conversations, it would mean a lot if you'd liked, subscribed, and share the episode. It really helps us grow this community. You can also follow us on Instagram at Almost Local for more stories, prompts, and behind the scenes moments. Thank you for listening. And now, as usual, I'm off to my morning coffee and I'll see you in the next episode.